How to gain access to fix the seat belt by removing the inner panels on the B pillar and sill in a Skoda Fabia MK1 99 to 2007. After cleaning and lubing the seat belt, you've still got problems with a sticking loose belt, or it's jammed or seems to be jammed, and some of you may have a warning light on your dashboard. Then you'll have to gain access to fix or replace the seat belt retention unit. Take the negative lead off the battery if you've got electric pretensioners. Most don't, and mine certainly only has a manual one. Something to know, if the pretensioner is fired after a serious accident, then the belt will be locked and you will need a new one. On the B pillar you need to take this top panel off, along with the top anchorage deflection point. Then you'll need to take the central panel off, and finally the bottom panel, which stretches along the inner sill just short of the footwell at the front and back towards the passenger compartment. It's also a good idea to take the front seat out, and I think it goes without saying that any work done on the seatbelt tensioner must be carried out by a suitably qualified person. So if you're not confident in carrying out this repair, don't attempt it, take it to a certified engineer. First thing is to remove the deflector cover. Either hook it forward from the front at the bottom, or if you go behind you can just about see some two little clips, which if you push them together the cover will just spring off. You can see here it's got a hook at the top and two hook clips at the bottom. Remove the seatbelt pillar bracket using a 17mm socket and wrench. Let that hang down. The lower panel has two metal pushing clips here, 75mm up from the seam, and a further two top clips 290mm up from the bottom seam, which I've measured and marked with chalk at the side. But it's the top panel we take off first, as they all overlap in sequence. There's a clip directly in the centre here, and if we follow the tight fitting seam up, there's a further clip 30mm from the top in the centre, along with a locating pin. The whole panel is a sprung tight fit around each seam at the sides, which grip the panel in place, which is the same for the lower panel. And you want to be undoing the top panel first at the bottom part of the middle section, just here. Pull the rubber seal back, and in a firm but controlled manner with a non-marking tool or blunt screwdriver, ease the panel away from the seam. Once you've released it from the seam, if you pull it back a little bit, you should be able to see the clip in the centre, which, if it hasn't popped off already, insert a screwdriver up against the shoulder of the clip to release it. Then release the other side of the panel at the bottom and work your non-marking tool up to the top. If we pull the panel away a bit, you can see the top clip next to the locating pin, and again it's best to release it with a screwdriver, as I've found these clips can pop out of the plastic holder. If you find the metal clips come out of the plastic holder on the panel and get stuck in the bodywork, then you can easily get them out with a flat bladed screwdriver. Then nip them together with your fingers and simply insert them back into the panel. Again, ease off the lower panel by the top edge in the centre. And then run down the seam with your tool. and in this case the clips just popped out with doing that, but don't force it. It's always best to put the screwdriver in by the clip and gently ease it off. Then it's just a matter of easing off the other seam and 2 bottom clips, and this panel's got some little hooks at the bottom to go over the bottom panel, so you need to lift it upwards. Here's the 2 bottom clips and the 4 metal clips with a locating pin at the top left here. Take the metal belt guard off, located with 2 Phillips screws. And remember which way around it goes. To release the lower sill panel, don't bother trying releasing it from the seam, as it's easier to lift it up sharply from the lower edge and then steadily release all the clips right back to the rear of the panel, where there's another clip that you have to release by bending it up slightly and releasing it with a flat bladed screwdriver. Here's the clip. It's a kind of hooked lap joint and 2 locating pins here. Here's the panel and clips. The lower deflection mounting is just behind the carpet here, and that's also a 17mm bolt, and I used a short extension to get at that easily. Now we've gained greater access to the seat belt and the inertia reel and seat belt tensioner. We can lubricate the belt further, take out anything that's jamming it up, untwist it, remove all the fluff and debris, free up the wheel if we can, and if you can't get it working, then the recommendation is to replace it, as it's not recommended to lubricate the unit at all, even if it does free it up, as in an accident you're relying on this to save your life. Take the little washer off and the bolt out, and you can pass the buckle and deflector through the pillar bracing, like so. It's a bit of a tight fit, and you can only do it one way, but don't force it or damage the belt in any way, as any nicks and tears will render the belt useless. Disconnect any electrical connection to the tensioner. This is a mechanical version, I believe. To take the reel and tensioner out, there's just 1 bolt directly underneath. I'm not taking this unit out, but if you are, you need to re-tighten all the bolts to the correct torque, and a new unit should come with new bolts. Fit the new or existing parts with care and in their correct orientation, as this is easily overlooked on simple items like the belt guide. Pass the lower sill panel through the belt. You need to relocate the lap clip near the rear wheel arch panel first by bending it up slightly. Hook the clip to the underside of the panel and marry up the locating pins, pushing it down into place. Then do the same with the rest of the panel, aligning it accordingly over the clip holes. When you're happy with the position, firmly push down so the clips are fully engaged and the bead edge seats tightly along its full length. Hook the lower panel's location tags onto the sill panel, then feed in the alignment pin, which will help align the metal clips. to help position it before pushing directly over the clips and then the bead edge. The top panel locates at the top pin and then pushes into place in the same manner as the lower one. From top down. The door seals then need to be flicked over the panel bead edge to make sure the gap is covered so no water or condensation enter the panel cavities. Refit the top mount and torque up to the correct torque. And replacing the cover. Just hook it over the top and press towards the pillar at the bottom and it should clip into place just like that. Job's a good one. Hope this helped you out, guys, and I hope I've covered most of the important aspects of this job. If you have anything to add, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.